Well, good morning. It's Mark Lynn here with your video thought for the day. All right. This morning in my quiet time, I was thinking back about when I was in high school. I think I was about a junior in high school when I decided that I wanted to try to commit to memory one of the books of the New Testament, a letter Paul wrote to the church at Philippi, which is in Macedonia, northern Greece. And the book's called Philippians. And as I was working through trying to memorize it, I started with just a verse, the very first verse. And then each day I'd try and add a little bit, but I'd say the whole thing each day up to whatever I'd memorized. Well, by the time I got to the fourth chapter, I was having to really work through having to commit things to memory. I got to this set of verses where Paul says, whatever is true, honorable, right, pure, lovely, of good repute or commendable. If there's any excellence in any of these things, then let your mind dwell on these things. And then a couple verses later, he says, in fact, if you'll do these things and the things that Paul showed by example, the peace of God would be with you. And when I memorized that, I remember working real hard on trying to not just memorize what Paul tells you to think about in the order in which he tells you to wrote it, I guess, but what does it mean? What does it mean to think about things that are true? What does it mean to think about things that are honorable, that are right or just? And so I was having a struggle as this high school junior, trying to figure out what these things mean. You know, how do I think about things that are true? 2 + 2 is 4. Is that what he's talking about? And as I got older and I continued to work through this, I began to realize that our mind works in truth, but it also can work in fiction. What do I mean? There are times where we think not about reality, the way things truly are, but we concoct an alternate reality in our head that's really not true. Airplane. We concoct a reality about economics that may not be true, about relationships or potential relationships that may not be true, about what other people are thinking, how other people are, the motives behind their behavior. There are so many things that we think about that aren't true, and it robs us of the peace of God. So as Paul says, whatever is true, honorable, right, pure, lovely, of good repute, think about these things. I want to look at them for the rest of this week with you. And today, of course, I started with what's true. So I want to challenge you, and I want to challenge myself to discipline our minds. Let's do our thinking today, not about things that are fictional, not about things we don't know, not about things that we guess or surmise or intuit. Let's think about things that are actually true, that are reality. And if you're having trouble grasping reality, pray about it. But let's think about true things today and see if God's peace doesn't increase in our life. There's more to it, but there's more to this week, we hope. And so this is your video thought for today. Tomorrow, we'll look at more of what Paul's talking about here and grabbing that peace of God. Have a good day.